can treat this without surgery. Okay. The air cast is good, and it's a stable type fracture. So,
Assalamu alaikum, beautiful people. So something very tragic happened last night, and we want you guys to keep the baby in your prayers. Basically, Sarah was walking down the stairs. As you guys know, we have hardwood floors on the stairs, so they're quite hard. And then she slipped and fell down. I don't know if it was Sierra's toy or something on the stairs.
There was something on the stairs, I don't know what it was.
Falling on its own, for a normal person, is obviously not good. But then falling while you're expecting and pregnant is like 10 times worse. Obviously, as soon as she screamed, I ran down, I called the ambulance. We took her to the hospital, and they did all the tests and stuff. The most thing we were worried about was the baby, because she was in a lot of pain.
The thing is, I have a very high pain tolerance, and anyone around me knows that. But when I fell, and I was in excruciating pain, which means it must really hurt for me to be like, ow. But last time I fell down the stairs was when Sierra was a couple months old.
Assalamu alaikum. Look at that, guys. What happened to you?
I broke my ankle bone.
How did you break your ankle?
I fell down the stairs. I have to cover her away from the world.
Sierra?
Mommy broke her foot.
What happened? Mommy broke her foot, baby. Did you make dua for mama?
We were moving from the old house to this house, and the same thing happened, but that time it was a lot more.
Because that time you broke your foot like
I broke my foot, but at the same time I wasn't pregnant, you know, so it was just I fell solo. I didn't fall with it like another baby inside me or Sierra in my arms or whatever. I fell on my own, and I had to have this like boot on my foot because I had a hairline fracture where my ankle is, and your ankle, like a hairline fracture is basically connects all the bones to your feet, to your leg, and like everything, so your ankle can work.
So guys, Sarah's about to get her cast right now. I'm about to get my cast, guys. I'm just getting my questions asked.
It was really painful, but I would still choose that over this because I'm pregnant. I fell backwards, but like it's really hard for me to explain that the pain that I got in my back, because I fell on stairs, right? So when I fell backwards, I fell on like 6 more stairs. So my back went like slam against the stairs, and I was like on this kind of an angle because it was like just. But the pain that I was getting was like in the side of my stomach, and like the weird, I'm not gonna say contractions, but it was really weird tightness feeling in my abdomen and my sides, and it was really strong, sharp pain. And it didn't go away. And we went to the hospital, and they did an ultrasound, and they did checkups and everything, but because they weren't able to visibly see the baby properly on the ultrasound, they recommended me to a specialist, like a special ultrasound, where they can see more of like a 4D, 3D in-depth video of the baby and make sure that everything is okay. Obviously, it freaks us out as parents. Not sure if anyone out there has experienced the same thing, like if you're pregnant and you fell and like what happened, and like it could have been a lot worse. But at the same time, I do want to hear from, you know, like our fellow followers out there, if anyone has fallen and what was your experience while you're pregnant.
It made it more difficult because I was not allowed to stay with her as well.
Yeah,
Sierra
so I had to stay alone. So I had to stay alone.
Be with Sierra because they wouldn't let me stay. Well, they would let me stay with her. You're allowed one visitor, but then you can't.
You can't take the baby, and they counted the baby as a visitor as well. So sadly, even though Sierra is so small, they counted her as one visitor. So either I was with Sierra or either I was with Sham. Like there was no in between. The fact that it was really late at night, I didn't want to call my mom and wake everyone up and freak them out. Like mind you, I live very far from my parents, at least an hour and a half. Considering that I don't know what's going on and what could possibly happen, it was like the most miserable night of my life. The only thing I request is, you know, everyone that's watching this video to be careful. You know, it's not that I'm clumsy or whatever, but there was just like, I don't know what it was. I think it was like a Ziploc bag or something on the stairs, and I just like, my heel went like this and I just fell backwards, and it was really, really like scary because after that my back was in a lot of pain. My back is still in a lot of pain, and having the weight on my body, it's already very painful to walk around. Like your feet swell up, your hands swell up, and you know, pregnant women, we know this. So inshallah everything goes well. We're gonna keep you guys updated.
So we have to go to the specialist for an ultrasound because
Yeah, like
when
2,
they did
3
the
days.
ultrasound initially, Sarah said that the baby was turned or something, right?
The baby was turned and
So
it
you
was
can't really
like
see everything
yeah, it was a
properly.
2D like flat ultrasound. So they referred me to the special technician and we have to go see her in like 2-3 days. And these 2-3 days I'm gonna be freaking out, but I'm also gonna be monitoring the baby's movements, and I have to just make sure that, like, you know, there's like apparently we have to count the kicks, and there's a certain amount of kicks as you progress in weeks. Let's say you're like 28 weeks, there should be like at least 28 kicks a day. That's just how it works. So that's how you monitor, and that's what I'm going to be doing. And of course it's very scary. I was supposed to make a pregnancy routine video for you guys and upload it on my channel so you guys can watch it, but this happened and I just wanted to give you guys an update. Inshallah, I'm going to be making that video as soon as I find out everything's okay. But till then, I want you guys to keep me in your prayers, keep the baby in your prayers more than anything. Prayers can move mountains, so I want you guys to just remember that and keep the baby in your prayers.
Sierra is such a good baby that initially she was like, she understood. She really wanted to be with you, but when I told her what had happened, I feel like she's getting into that stage where she's starting to understand things. So when I told her that Mama got hurt, Mama has to go in the hospital, and then she knows she understood these things. So
I'm very proud of her, man. Alhamdulillah for her. Alhamdulillah for the way she thinks and the way she's being raised. I'm very proud of her because she's very attached to me. I nursed her up until she was 2 years old, which was not that long ago. So she's very, like, we have that bond where she's never away from me. Like, if I'm using the washroom, she stands outside and waits. So that was really surprising that she was able to stay away from me for the entire night, and it makes me very proud. It's also very emotional because, you know, like, I'm super glued to her, and now there's another baby on the way, so she might feel like, oh my god, you know, what is going on? So much for her little body and brain to handle. But it's just, I'm going to be sharing these experiences with you guys as we progress through the pregnancy and with the toddler and with everything as soon as I get this update.